make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. The spoiled suburban struggle story. Now, from my childhood to an adulthood, I went from the lower class to middle class, right? And a lot of people in my age group and Generation X, or even the older millennials, done the same. And some of us have had kids, most of us probably have, and most of us have seen our families grow. Or, in an older generation die off. And a lot of us grew up poor, and we watched our kids, nieces, nephews, cousins grow up in the middle class. And we can't relate to their struggle story because they're basically being in the suburbs, acting like they're fighting for their lives in poverty. And they're doing things and presenting themselves in ways that just don't make sense. So what I mean is this. And we saw this when I was a kid. We knew kids who were from the suburbs, grew up in the suburbs, and they were just using the streets as cover because they always could go home, right? So you see kids who got more than enough. Parents is good to them, but they want to play I'm poor. But they hop out of it when it gets too hot. And now you didn't get everything you wanted, so now you're going to hit the streets. We've seen kids who parents had good quote-unquote jobs, but I just want to prove that I could be like this. Prove it. Okay. Because for some reason they needed to prove to themselves that they were hard when they weren't. They were people who were very reckless and rebellious, and they were constant troublemakers and were constantly getting into trouble because they were suburban. And their family, they came from a quote-unquote good family, a family with more resources, so they kept bailing this fool out of all the trouble they got into and basically enabled them to be almost a career criminal, right? And what you see now is this. I struggled in the suburbs because I didn't have, my parents weren't millionaires, they were just middle class. So now I gotta hit the block. But you don't hit the block. It comes off as very weird. I didn't get all the shoes I wanted or the video games. I didn't get all of the clothes I wanted. And we come from a generation of hand-me-downs. Where we got our older cousins and siblings' clothes. Sometimes, I had hand-me-downs at first, but then my father was giving me his old clothes. So I was getting hand-me-downs for my dad. And by the way, my dad is 4 inches taller than me and a good, at the time, 150, 160 pounds heavier, right? So didn't want to hear that. So a lot of y'all are playing games that we don't understand. A lot of y'all running around here. Some of you cats are running around here with pistols, like you killers, but y'all wouldn't really go. See where y'all would go and say y'all visited, and I've been to, like, people in Chicago or go to Chicago. I would have been to O Block, but you don't live in O Block. You see what I'm saying? You don't live in O Block. You just went to visit. Y'all go visit, the mural of Nipsey in L.A. Oh, man, I was in, not even saying I was in Compton, but I was in Compton. You visited Compton. You don't live there. So now you're trying to, quote unquote, live, and connect with people in poverty because you can always bail. You're like Lauren London's character in ATL, Nunu. You can hide your nice car somewhere, and drive home in the night when nobody knows it's you, right? So we don't believe y'all struggle. Y'all having all these anxiety issues and, y'all are overweight, y'all are lazy, y'all are y'all overindulging in drugs. And what's the issue? Because I'm going through a lot. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you what it really is. They're middle class kids who are spoiled and they don't want to work. So they'll do anything, including act like they're from the hood, including live a criminal or drug addict lifestyle instead of being responsible. So your struggle story is not really a struggle. See what I'm saying? And people look at you sideways because, oh, I didn't want to go and work here because you see yourself as better than folks. Better than the same folks that put food on your plate, which makes no sense. Put clothes on your back, which makes no sense. You know, y'all running around here with overly expensive materials that you've never earned, but you know what I'm saying? This is how we relate to the people in the hood. How? People in the hood who are poor don't have designer clothes, and they know if they got designer clothes, it might get them robbed. Most people wear knockoffs because you can't afford the real thing. You know, so and a lot of y'all who, you know, playing like y'all from the hood kind of game, y'all don't want to say some of you people are from the suburbs too. And you go to the hood because you got more stuff than them because you from the suburbs. I don't care if you get tattoos all over your body or on your face, if you get gold teeth, if you wear jewelry, if you start sagging. People go to your house and it don't look nothing like you. See what I'm saying? So don't believe your story. Uh-oh. But like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. My dog. Peace.